let's run over the exact meta ad strategy that this brand new agent out of Maryland, who's been licensed for less than 2 years, used to generate over $15,000 in new GCI in less than 20 days. The craziest part is that it wasn't even luck. He's currently generating over 20 inbound, exclusively vetted phone calls every single month. That's right, I said inbound. He doesn't have to make a single phone call himself. The leads call him. So I don't want to waste any time. Let's actually dive into the exact meta ad strategy that he's using so you can start implementing it into your real estate business today. Alrighty, so what is this magic pill, this meta ads that's going to solve all of your problems? Well, first off, I just want to preface that it's not going to solve all of your problems. It is an amazing way to generate leads, but you still have to be a good agent and have good systems in place to actually convert these type of leads. A lot of agents come to us and they've done meta ads in the past. They've done Facebook and Instagram ads, and they never converted anything. That's the reality for most agents that understand meta ads. They know what I'm talking about when I say meta ads. They have a bad impression on it. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how Jared, a brand new agent, so not even a seasoned agent, no systems in place, just a drive to actually make money, was able to take 130 leads so far at this point, which would have been less when he closed these deals, and turn it into $15,000 in GCI, which you would have seen the images in the intro of the video, in 20 days. And the craziest part is that this is replicable. This isn't a referral. This isn't a repeat client where they just message you one day and they're looking to do business. This is predictable, and this is consistent way to generate business and generate leads for your real estate business. And the reason I get so passionate about this is because I have never closed a real estate transaction, and I do not know how to be a real estate agent, but we have helped so many real estate agents with their marketing. We've helped so many real estate agents make money with marketing. I mean, you can go on our site, you can look at all the client interviews and all the client results on the YouTube channel, and we are very, very passionate about helping real estate agents implement their own systems and make money because, like I mentioned at the beginning of my last video, your Zillow and your brokerages do not want you to know and understand how to do Facebook ads, because then you don't dish them 40, 50, 60% of your transactions anymore. And that's why they don't teach it. That's why they want you stuck in this up and down business model with referrals, sphere of influence, and repeats, because it never actually allows you to escape their business model. But if you knew how to generate your own leads and convert your own leads, you would be so much more powerful, and you would love real estate a lot more, and it would be like what you got in it for the first place to be, which is be freedom, not be this roller coaster of stress, which for most agents, you guys are basically just in a more stressful, lower paying, self-employed job essentially. But you want to move into that business owner role and buy your freedom back with the vehicle, which is real estate, as a real estate agent, and you absolutely can, okay? So big spiel, a little bit of an introduction there, but let's go ahead and dive in to the exact ad strategy that actually generated Jared these results. I'm literally going to pull back the entire campaign and show you guys everything, okay? So here on a Facebook, we basically start with one campaign. Now, we just titled this amassestate.io with the date, and basically when we dive in here, this is not going to be a very beginner-friendly video by any means. There's plenty of beginner-friendly meta ad videos out there. I'm going to run through this pretty quickly, okay? So here is on the campaign level is basically where you are going to title and pick some stuff in the campaign level. So you're going to title your campaign. You are going to set your budget, and this is just off $15 a day, guys. Just $15 a day, 2 cups of coffee a day, right? And some of you agents out there won't spend $10, $15, $20 a day on your business, which is crazy to me, but you'll give Zillow and your brokerages thousands and thousands of dollars on a deal they didn't even help you acquire for the most part. I mean, they gave you contact info. It's not hard to get. $15 a day, and we select the housing category. Now, underneath the campaign, we have 2 ad sets. So if I come out here and I click into this campaign, underneath ad sets, we have 2 ad sets, one narrow and one broad. What we're testing here is we are testing to see which targeting mechanism does better. Now, this is very, very rare, but it actually looks like for Jared here, if we select maximum, just to double check, we're looking at all of our data here. It actually looks like very rarely this happens. Both targeting mechanisms are actually performing equally. And the targeting mechanism that's actually getting the better results has actually spent less money, and so we actually were able to get Jared these results without even optimizing his campaign yet, it looks like. I don't do a lot of campaign stuff. So the team, basically what our team needs to do is go in and turn off the broad targeting mechanism so that the rest of his budget goes to narrow, which is getting, it's not a lot, 25 cents per lead less, which 4 leads, it's $1, that can add up essentially. But we test narrow and broad. Now, broad means we are just letting Facebook do its thing. Narrow, we are actually telling Facebook what we want them to do. So if I come down here, we can see that we are telling Facebook we want them targeting people interested in Realtor.com, mortgage calculator, mortgage loan, first-time buyer, Trulia, pre-qualification, and Zillow. Now, what a lot of agents will tell me when I hop on calls with them is no one's going on Facebook to buy a home. They're going to Zillow, they're going to Realtor.com, they're going to Trulia. And to that I say you're right. They're going to Google, they're going to Zillow, they're going to Realtor.com. But on meta ads, all these big tech companies share data with each other. When someone goes on Zillow, Zillow is selling that to Facebook. So Facebook can target people going on Zillow, right? So I agree with you. It's like a billboard more so. Facebook is like a billboard that pops up in front of people's face when they're scrolling social media, but it pops up in front of the right people's face, which is people that were on mortgage calculators on Google, looking for mortgage loans on Google, first-time home buyer on Google, or looking at for mortgage company offers. Trulia, Zillow, pre-qualification lending, again, from mortgage company offers. Google shares this data from what people are searching, okay? And so we know what these people are interested in. And so that's the difference between narrow and broad. On broad, you'll see here that we're not targeting anything. We're just letting Facebook do its thing. So if we look at the estimated audience sizes here, we see 2.5 million and 2.9 million, opposed to narrow audience size is basically going to be cut in half, right? Because we have less people because we want people interested in this stuff, okay? Now, the stuff that you guys are most interested in is how do we actually get people in our funnel? What do these ads look like? Okay, so on this left-hand side here, you can see we're doing downsizing, new construction, home evaluation, home starting at, whole 9 yards. So the most important thing when doing Facebook ads is to test as much stuff as humanly possible to see what's going to work. Do not just make 1, 2, or 3 ads, throw them up there, and then expect to find a winning ad in your market. You have to test anywhere from 10 to 20 at a time, minimum. And I mean, depending on your budget, you can test more. You can test 100 at a time. The more you test at a time, the faster you're going to be able to find the winning ad in your market as a real estate agent. And so if I come to ads here, we can see that if we sort by cost per lead, lowest to highest here, we're going to see there's ads. It lets me scroll here. There's ads with $1 leads, $2 leads, $3 leads, and $4 leads, okay? And so we wouldn't have been able to find these winning ads if we didn't test all these other ads and basically figure out that they're losers and that they're not good, right? So without spending this money up here, we wouldn't have been able to find these here, right? Which realistically, what our team should do to go in and optimize this campaign is once we have more data behind these, we'll go in and turn these off. We'll turn off the $4, the $3, and the $3 ads, so that money then gets moved to these winning ads, because that's what Facebook will do, is when you turn off the bad ads, it'll reallocate that money to the good ads. So you basically can start getting double the results, right? And what a lot of companies don't do this, okay? So you can go on ChatGPT right now and look up the average cost per lead for a buyer or seller on social media or Facebook specifically, meta ads, and they're going to tell you that 5 is like what people shoot for. We're like turning $5 cost per lead ad campaigns off. That is not what you should be shooting for. Your marketing company or you personally should be shooting for $1.50 to $3 ads, maximum $3 ads. I will say it is a little bit market dependent. If you're in Los Angeles, you're dealing with higher price point real estate. You need to be willing to spend more than that, okay? So this price point is around $300K. I'd say if you're on the $600K range, up that to $3 to $6. If you're at the $900K range, up that to $6 to $9 essentially. Like go up, obviously, be logical with it. You guys are real estate agents. You guys make tens of thousands of dollars per deal. Spend the money to make the money. Okay, get out of that hamster wheel of just relying on brokerage leads or Zillow leads or referrals or SOI when you can literally just generate these leads. And then how we actually get all of our partnering agents money is do not do Facebook ads if you're going to call these leads yourself. It's not going to work. You're not going to call them the appropriate amount of times they need to be called unless you're like you have 0 deals on your plate and you're not busy. If you're not busy, you're a brand new agent, sure, you can call these leads. But I want to give you a heads up. From these, 100 and what was it? How many leads have we generated? 132 leads we've generated for Jared so far, and he's already closed 1, and he has multiple in the pipeline. You have to expect to basically have a NAR came out with the data. It's a 2.2 to 4% conversion rate on this. And the only reason Jared's been able to close a deal so fast is because we vet the leads for him. Okay, so our company, little plug, if you want, there will be a link down in the description to book a call with our team. But we make these videos for free just because we want to help agents. But if you're interested, there will be a call down and there will be a link down in the description to book a call with my team. We set all these campaigns up for you. So we you skip all the hassle. You don't pay any extra additional money. You can get started with us. We have free plans. We have paid plans ranging up to $8K, $0 down. Just depends what makes the most sense for you, because we do everything custom to our specific partners. We generate these leads, we do all the ads for you, we create all the campaigns, we monitor them, we manage them for you, we optimize them, and we make sure you're getting the lowest cost per lead at all times. And then we actually have a team that'll call these leads for you on your behalf, which I recommend if you do ads yourself as well. You need to hire a ISA or someone from the Philippines, Bangladesh, Ethiopia, Mexico with good English that can just call these leads for you, because to actually get Jared this deal, we have to call his leads anywhere from 8 to 12 times for him and then qualify the leads and only send him the ones that are worth his time, right? Based on time frame, motivation, location, price point, not working with any other agents. And once they check all those boxes, we say, okay, great, over the phone. Well, it looks like Jared is actually the expert in your market for what you're looking for specifically. You mind if we check and see if he's in office real quick? And so out of these 132 leads, we've probably only transferred over. Our average lead to live transfer rate across the company is about 12%. So we probably only transferred him over about 15 of these people, right? So we've basically found 15 of these people and said, hey, Jared, out of these 132, 15 are worth your time. Then you need to make sure you have a back-end CRM with text, email, voicemail drop automations, and also your calling team trained on it to call all those leads on your behalf, right? Now we have more videos basically running over the back-end side on actually converting these leads, but for this video, I just wanted to run over the front-end lead generation on Meta. And so that's how we generate all of our partnering agents' leads consistently and predictably every month. But it doesn't stop there. You also need to make sure you have the proper back end in place, or Facebook and Meta leads will not work for you. You're going to generate hundreds of leads and then none of them are going to answer because they don't. 10% pickup rate. We already know this, right? So you have to call them 10 times minimum. So this 132 leads turns into 1,300 dials, right? And with that 2 to 4% conversion rate of those dials, which ones are going to be worth your time as the founder of the business and the real estate agent? A very small amount, right? So you need to have a ISA or a caller to do that calling for you and then basically say, hey, out of the 132, these 15 are worth your time. So that 15, and then those 15 are immediately put on a live transfer or a booked appointment for you. So you don't have to call those 15 leads 10 times, just once because you get connected. Maybe 3 times if you get connected and then they ask for a call back or something and then they don't pick up and then they pick up on the next call, right? But that basically takes 1,300 dials down to maybe 45 dials from the 15 leads that maybe you have to call three times on average that are actually worth your time, that are ready to make a move, or they're motivated, or they're at a good price point, they're not working with any agents, stuff along those lines, okay? So yeah, that's basically how Jared, a brand new agent out of Maryland with less than 2 years of experience, was able to sign a lead, which you saw the text message, you saw the live transfer that he converted, in less than 20 days with some Facebook ads. And he's going to be able to do it again next month because we're sending him consistent live transfers. Your brokerage and Zillow aren't going to tell you this. They're not going to teach you this because they want you reliant on your sphere, your repeat clients, because they know it doesn't work. Once you're been in the business for 10 years, sure, you can probably rely on your SOI, your repeat, and sphere visit. And sometimes there's agents that have been licensed for 10 years and they're closing a deal a month. And it's like, what are you doing, right? And so you might all be licensed already for 10 years. But if you're not getting the amount of business you want in the door, you gotta get with the times. You gotta start implementing real systems, okay? And I say this all out of love. I say this all out of just wanting you guys to succeed and win, because There should be no industry where 70% of people get in the business and they fail out. Something's going wrong. And when you guys start to realize it's because the teachings that the people that you guys are listening to isn't right, they want you stuck in this loop of paying them 40 to 60% of your split, then more agents will start succeeding, okay? So yeah, other than that, if you guys have any questions, just drop a comment down below. Like I said, if you just want my team to come in and do all of this for you, basically just start putting you on the phone with interested, motivated leads in your market, exclusive, not sent to any other agents. There will be a link down in the description. Book a call, and we would love to chat with you and see if it makes sense. If it doesn't, though, we'll point you in the right direction, because we only partner with agents that it makes sense, because we do all of our stuff on a performance basis. So other than that, I'll see you guys in the next one. If you guys don't want to book a call, completely fine. Keep enjoying the free content, the free value, and the free videos. Thanks. See you guys in the next one.